Stars can't shine without darkness. Greg E. Hill. And I say that quote to start off this presentation to describe how I got here. I overcame adversity within my life. To come here to VCU, being born and raised in the south side of Richmond, where I overcame a poverty-stricken neighborhood. The stars didn't shine in the south side of Richmond. My stars were the streetlights of Jefferson Davis Highway and Terminal Avenue that I walked over every single night. And the shooting stars that rode by the highway was the cop lights that took my father to jail, in and out, in and out, in and out. I was around drugs, alcohol, weed, cocaine, ecstasy, you name it, all because of my father. And that really messes up myself and my siblings at a young age, being around all of this negative energy, all of these dangerous predicaments. And my first real adversity was in November of 2005, as my brother, my sister, and I, and my dad was crossing the highway from our bus stop to go back home. And a car came through, and my sister was sent to MCV. And for over a month, while my mother was taking care of my sister at MCV, my brother and I were forced to drop out of school, worked our first job at the age of 8, getting under the table money with our father, doing landscaping and tree work. Fortunately, my sister did come back on Christmas Day. Out of all the days, she came back on Christmas Day. And when my brother and I returned to school, we failed all of our tests, all of our benchmarks. At the ending of the year, 3rd grade year, I passed all of my SOLs with C's and low C's. I could specifically remember in the math SOL, I chose C for every single question because they said if you didn't know anything, just guess C. That's the best answer. I barely knew the content. My mom wasn't even there. The next 2 years to finish out elementary school, straight A's. Grades were never really a problem after that. It was more so social anxiety and feeling isolated against the world because I didn't know how to respond, how to interact with other people, how to express how I feel. And when I went to Bouchon Middle School, which was a bad middle school because prior to going there, they had a shooting, there were fights, constant problems with the faculty and the students. And my 3 years there, I did so much to fit in. I hung out with the wrong crowd of people, mostly gang affiliates of Sereno Terese, Sir 13 for short. And I did some things that I'm not proud of. And the turning point in my life, how I shifted my paradigm, came in April of 2011. One day I was just hanging out with a couple of friends, and one of them was talking some negative stuff about my girlfriend at the time and how he said that I didn't deserve her, how her older brother should have deserved her because both of them are Hispanic and I was white. I never understood racism until I got into middle school, and I couldn't believe the words he was saying out of his mouth. And then he threw a punch at me. That one punch didn't start 1, it didn't start 2, but it started 3 fights in the same day, in a 6-hour span. After those 3 fights, 3 days later, I decided I had to leave my mark. I broke into the same guy's house and assaulted him. And I ran out of the house after I did what I wanted to do. And I felt guilty Inside my mind, I was thinking, no, this isn't me. Why did I do this? Why? A 14-year-old assaulting a friend of 14 years. I just couldn't believe it. And then the next week, my guidance counselor at school, because of my great grades, he suggested to me the IB program at Thomas Jefferson High School on West Broad. He told me to go there because of my high academics. And after the testing, I got accepted into the IB program. I knew if I would have went to my zone school, I would have dropped out again. And I wouldn't have done anything. But I really appreciate the IB program because their courses were so flexible that I could do the things that I loved and incorporate it into the curriculum for our homeworks, for our projects. We could do whatever we want as long as it related to the course. And the IB program was open-minded. It was very diverse. I met Palestinians, I met Indians, I met people of different nationalities that I didn't meet in my elementary and middle school. And I was humbled. And one way that I relieved my stress from all of this was writing poetry and hip-hop lyrics. And I incorporated the same lyrics and poetry into snapshots, which is the starting assignments of the class, into a history debate my junior year of high school that was judged by the people from downtown Richmond, and my team won. I also incorporated into commentaries, which were practice for the actual IB finals that I would take my senior year. And at my junior year, there was this program called Podium, which is ran by VCU students to hold free writing workshops after school throughout all of RPS. And junior year was when I realized I need to find out who I am. I need to find out what I like. What do I want to do? Where can I go from here? And it was just a social problem that I got over. And I wrote a poem for the Podium program. And there's 4 lines that sums up my junior year and the realization where everything can turn around. From the social equation I have, I thought, I'm the factor that y'all keep quitting on. I'm too serious for you to be committed on. Do I try too hard? Did I find X? Why y'all don't see my points? It's my value complex. And thankfully, the IB, I became content as a whole, academically, physically, mentally, spiritually. And now I'm here, a former dropout, a socially awkward kid back in the day that didn't even have college in mind, graduated with a 4.0 GPA, became a social butterfly, continued to follow his poetic and lyrical dreams, to live across the street from the place that he graduated at, the Altria Theater, which is the testament to my come up, which is the testament to my revival as an individual. And that's how I got here. This star is finally shining. Thank you.